Call our Economic Development Planning Committee meeting to order. Privilege of committee chair, committee members, board of supervisors to discuss items of interest regarding departments governed by this committee. Any? Hearing none. Next on the agenda. By the way, we have a bunch of resolutions, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7. We're gonna have to mix them up a little bit in their order. So just bear with me as I go through them. We need to do that for a reason.
Is that a motion to change the...
I don't know, do we really need a motion to change the...
You better start practicing legislators.
Prior to that, though, we have Brian with Cornell Cooperative. Brian, go ahead.
Thank you, Chairman Quackenbush, for allowing me to address the committee tonight. I was here a couple months ago, and I just wanted to follow up on that, trying to build the relationship again between Cooperative Extension and Montgomery County. And of course, it is budget time. And for 98 continuous years, Montgomery County has been a key partner in the success of Cornell Cooperative Extension. And on behalf of the directors and the staff of the association, I would like to thank you for your continued support. More importantly, the residents of your communities that participate in our programs, thank you. By investing in Cornell Cooperative Extension, you are in fact providing one more service to the residents of Montgomery County. For every dollar allocated by our county partners, we are able to generate 4 additional dollars from federal, state, and private sources, allowing us to provide a full spectrum of ag, 4-H youth development, and nutrition services to any interested resident in Fulton and Montgomery County. Despite the great return on investment, longevity is no reason to continue to support our ongoing relationship, but fiscal responsibility is. So after 98 years of serving the residents of Montgomery County, I'm here to ask you, how can we, Cornell Cooperative Extension of Fulton and Montgomery counties, better serve you and the residents you represent? The board of directors has been asking themselves that very question since last budget season. And I would like to take the opportunity to update you on some of the changes we've made to improve our ability to offer valuable programs and services to the residents of your county. Agriculture is a major industry in the county, with well over 600 family farms contributing to the local economy by producing products with a market value of over $56 million. 148 of these farms report having 567 employees with a payroll of nearly $5.5 million. Cooperative Extension realizes that the land resources in the region are naturally suited for agricultural production and see the potential to increase production in markets. Because of this, the board has made it a priority to provide ag programming to your residents. Much like the Montgomery County Economic Development Center, which focuses on traditional economic development and funded in part by county dollars, the Cooperative Extension ag teams focus on ag economic development. High-level agricultural specialists work with landowners and producers in specialized subject matter areas, as well as resource management, problem solving, labor issues, marketing, business planning, and identifying diversified or new products for expansion and opportunities. All of this is done in an effort to help ag business owners improve the viability and profitability of their ag businesses and help contribute to the quality of life for Montgomery County residents. As you know, due to budget constraints and other issues, Cooperative Extension of Fulton Montgomery withdrew from the Central New York Dairy and Field Crops team for 2011 and part of 2012. Probably a mistake on our part. During this time, both the board and the newly formed Ag Advisory Committee, which represents a broad spectrum of ag producers and businesses from both counties, explored options in meeting the needs of the ag community. It was determined that the best way to do this was to rejoin the Central New York Dairy team. A request was made to Cooperative Extension Administration to help offset the full cost of joining the team, which is $32,000, for the remainder of 2012 and into 2013. The request was granted, and our board is making structural changes to be able to afford ongoing participation in the team. It is our hope that both Montgomery and Fulton County will provide a stable county appropriation that will allow us to remain a viable partner in the Central New York Dairy and Field Crops team, and allow your nearly 400 dairy and field crop farms to fully participate and benefit from the program. Montgomery County's share of the program is $26,000. Cooperative Extension has and will continue to support the vegetable and small fruit growers in Fulton and Montgomery counties by participating in the Capital District Regional Vegetable and Small Fruit Program. Montgomery's county cost for participation in this regional program is $11,000, and it benefits nearly 70 vegetable and small fruit growers. Cooperative Extension continued to provide nutrition education programming to limited resource families in Montgomery County. Montgomery County Department of Social Services is the key partner in the success of this program, as they refer almost everyone who applies for public assistance to the nutrition education program. Not only does the program benefit participants, but by being able to show partnership with Cooperative Extension, Social Services is able to meet their job readiness training required them by the New York State Office of Temporary Disability and Assistance. The focus of the nutrition education program is now both nutrition education and obesity prevention. Emphasis on obesity prevention, in addition to nutrition education, promises to foster a more effective and comprehensive approach to address the critical problem of obesity, especially its effects on low-income Americans. New York State OTDA provides a little over $64,000 in funds to deliver the nutrition program in Montgomery County, and last year we reached nearly 500 individuals. The nutrition education program is a fully reimbursable grant. However, the county appropriation functions as core dollars that allows Extension to provide the program upfront until the funds can be reimbursed. Without these core dollars, Extension would not have the cash flow to do this and would not be able to offer the program, leaving Social Services looking for a new way to fulfill their job readiness component, and leaving numerous individuals and families without an opportunity to learn how to budget their food dollars and prepare safe, healthy, nutritious meals. Investing in Extension is also an investment by you in the youth of the county. Last year, staff reached over 3,200 Montgomery County youth through enrichment programming. Topics included education in the areas of nutrition, financial management, entomology, GPS, animal science, environmental science, climate change, water quality, and energy. In addition, nearly 150 Montgomery County youth are enrolled in the 4-H Club program, which focuses on long-term youth development in the areas of citizenship, healthy lifestyles, and science, engineering, and technology. The board is not only focused on providing meaningful programs to residents, they are committed to fiscal responsibility by reducing administrative costs and maximizing expenditures on programs. Administrative changes include sharing the executive leadership with a neighboring county, replacing the full-time executive director with a 40% shared executive director. Financial services, once done full-time in-house, are now being performed by a neighboring association. And currently, the region is exploring sharing staff around HR and IT. As you can imagine, the cost to deliver ag, nutrition, and 4-H programming to the residents in the county is well over the $72,000 appropriated by Montgomery County. However, the return on investment is far greater. Investing in Cooperative Extension allows you to provide additional services to county residents at relatively little cost. Financial support from Montgomery County is pivotal to the success of all of our programs, as the county appropriation provides core funding that allows the association to obtain and leverage our other funding sources that support our programs. Cooperative Extension understands that our county partners are under extraordinary financial stress and need to justify every dollar spent. Should you have concerns about our programming, I encourage you to reach out to myself or any of our board members, as we really do want to know how we can better serve you. As you move the budget process forward, I hope that we can engage in a dialogue regarding funding for Cooperative Extension, as I really did mean it when I said we want to know how we can better serve you. And yes, ultimately it is my hope that you will continue to be a full partner in Cooperative Extension and will appropriate funds to support all of our educational programs and allow us to continue to provide services to Montgomery County on your behalf. Again, thank you for the opportunity to speak with you tonight.
Thank you, Brian. Any questions? Okay, thank you. All right, our first resolution is a resolution appointing members Fulton Montgomery Schoharie Workforce Development Board. I sponsored the resolution. It needs a second. Brian. You'll notice that 3 are expiring or have have expired. They're the 3 that are up, and then there's one additional one, which is Marty Callahan, and there's still one opening. All right, move it. Move it with a positive. Good. All right. Second resolution is a resolution authorizing the chairman to sign grant award to update county all hazard mitigation grant program and to solicit requests for proposals. It's sponsored. Needs a second. Larry? Larry seconds. Discussion? Hearing none, move it. Move it. All right, number 3. Good. Resolution designating the Department of Economic Development and Planning. This is, yeah.
This is where you go out of order.
Right, well, resolution designating the Department of Economic Development and Planning as Tourism Promotion Agency. We need to go out of order here because before you can adopt a budget of it, you would need to appoint it. And then lastly, if we're going to apply for the I Love New York, you'd have to do that after those 2 steps. So it's just a numbering. All right, I had sponsored that. Second. Dominic, discussion? Move it? Move it. Okay. Next, resolution adopting the 2013 tourism promotion budget. I sponsored it. Butch seconds. Discussion? Move it? Move it. Okay. Next, we have a resolution authorizing the application and funding of I Love New York Tourism Matching Funds Program. We're on track, right? We got them right on. I had sponsored it and looks to need a second. Dominic? Discussion? Move it? Move it. All right. Last, we have a resolution appointing members of the Montgomery County Industrial Development Agency. I've sponsored, needs a second, Brian, and I'd like to amend and insert the name of John McClone, 269 Brower Road, Palatine Bridge, 13428. And Brian, you want to second that?
Sure. It's McGlone, not Clone, with a G.
How do MCGLONE. All right. Now, moving that as amended, or we have to do the amendment first?
You've done an amendment, so you vote on the amendment first.
Okay, so on the amendment, move it. Now, on the resolution, move that.
Yes.
Okay. I don't have anything else. Is there anything else to come under other? If not, I'll look for a motion to adjourn. Larry, Brian, thank you very much.
Public safety is first.
Brian, fine, sorry. Take a break. Take a break. I'll go second there. Maybe more. It's okay. It's awesome. Could have been better.
All right, we call the Public Safety Committee to order. First thing on the agenda is discussion privilege of committee chair, committee board members, board of supervisors. Anyone have anything, any of that? If not, we'll move right on to the resolutions. First resolution amending 2012 operating budget for office equipment for probation satellite office. I sponsor a second. Larry? Discussion? Lucia, you want to fill us in a little bit on that? Or?
Yeah, we're trying to move out of the Center Civical office in Amsterdam. The chief of the Amsterdam Police Department has offered us some space. This space is actually in the lobby of the police department against the windows as you walk through the windows there. Our intent is to put 3 cubicles across the windows. He's going to charge us $500 a year rent, as opposed to the $5,100 we're paying at Center Citadel now. But we don't have equipment, so we need to buy these 3 cubicles. If we're going to a used furniture place, and they've already come in and measured, and we have a price quote, and that's what's in the resolution.
So the cost of this is half, pretty much, of what we would pay for rent, just for rent at the
A
center.
lot less than that, because we pay natural gas, we pay,
Right, phone.
electric. The only thing we have to pay for extra besides the rent is phone.
Okay.
Not cheap.
Any further discussion? Wish of the committee? Move it. Next resolution for approval of a lease agreement with the Amsterdam Police Department for office space for probation satellite office. I'll sponsor. I need a second. Bill Strebe, discussion? Wish of the committee? Move it. Next resolution authorizing chairman to sign grant agreement, New York State DOS Local Enhanced Wireless 911 Program Sheriff. I sponsor. I need a second. Greg Rechkowski, discussion? Wish of the committee? Move it. Next resolution is resolution authorizing chairman to sign an agreement and amending 2012 operating budget, 2011 EMPG funds, emergency management. I sponsor. I need a second. Herbie, discussion? Wish of the committee? Move it. Next resolution appointing part-time fire coordinator, board of supervisors. I sponsored and I need a second. Okay. We have a recommendation from the fire advisory board. The letter says, on this date, Montgomery County Fire Advisory Board interviewed 3 candidates for the position of fire coordinator, after which a vote was taken by the members present. Based on that vote, the following individual is our recommendation for fire coordinator, which would be Dale R. Furman. So I guess I need an amendment to insert that name. Bill, need a second. Larry? Bill?
Sure. Are you going to have discussion? I'd like to ask Rick a question if I can.
Yeah, sure.
Rick, I was just wondering what the attendance was at that meeting.
12 fire departments in attendance.
Out of
12 out of 19.
Thank you.
Any further discussion on the amendment?
When would be the effective date?
The effective date?
Oh, yeah, I think that's the last line.
I'll put that right along with the...
Yeah, whatever the date would be.
Let's make it now.
Well, then you can make it November 27th.
Yeah.
Susie,
November
you try this.
That's when
Yeah,
the board meeting is.
okay. The
Okay.
board meeting.
Sure.
You can't do it before that.
Right.
but, yeah.
Okay. Want to insert the 2 sponsors for the okay? All right.
The amendment.
On the amendment, all right. On the amendment, with wishes of the committee?
Move it.
All right, on the resolution as amended, wishes? Move it. All righty. Last resolution is a resolution appointing part-time fire coordinator. No, I'm sorry, that's the one I got double up. You got it too? Let's do it again. Under other, I do have one thing. Last Friday, Supervisor Strebe, Doug Green, myself, and Paul met with 3 companies for the debris assessment on the Schoharie. And I will let Paul talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, earlier this year, Doug Green was notified that we received a grant to do an assessment of the Schoharie Creek after Irene and Lee to determine the amount of debris that may be there, what impacts that debris is causing currently, and what future impacts that may be. So once that notification is received, Doug set up a selection committee, as Supervisor Sweet indicated, consisted of 4 people, himself, Supervisor Strebe, Doug Green, and myself. The first thing we did was send out a request for qualifications to, I think it was about 15 consulting engineering firms, and we received 11 responses back. The 4 of us reviewed that, reviewed the 11. We met through a consensus. We came up with 3 firms that we did personal interviews with this past Friday, and based on that, the selection committee's recommendation was that we enter into an agreement with AECom to perform that assessment.
So we'll probably need a resolution to do that and put it maybe on.
Not knowing what Mother Nature is going to do to us here in the next, the sooner we can get started on this, the better. Only because there may be things in that creek that we don't know about that we should.
Is it something we could entertain on finance?
Finance. Yeah, probably. Is there a dollar figure that any of them have offered up as to what this assessment's going to run?
Well, the selection really is a qualification-based selection. Within the conversations that I've had, it'll easily be completed with the money in the grant. I mean, we haven't really sat down and tasked out the project and individually, put hours and dollars with it, but there won't be any problem completing it within the grant.
Who hasn't had on the finance?
Bill?
The whole thing about the application and the process was that time is of importance here. We wanted to get boots on the ground as soon as possible before the snowfall, so that they could possibly identify this stuff. If winter comes, and I imagine that would set you back.
Depends on the amount of snow and the timing of it and things like that, but yeah, it is going to have, it could have, and then if it starts snowing and doesn't stop until March, it could have a big impact on the completion of it, but
They did say 3 months, Chair, from start to finish.
it was pretty much unanimous. Everybody said that they should have a final
report.
proposal within 3 months.
Any other further discussion on that topic? Anything else under other? Motion to adjourn? Larry? Greg? Okay, now you can.